everyone. Alright, I'm gonna call up Kaiju Noir, okay guys? Let's see if he answers. Let's see. So loud. Hello.
What is up, dude?
What's up?
Nothing much, nothing much. Are we streaming now?
We are.
Excellent, excellent. I can already see there's like 26 people watching now and already quite a few comments here.
Alright, sweet. Tell me guys how the audio sounds, because I have no way of knowing.
Right now, the audio sounds like you're using your the built-in microphone to your laptop or desktop.
Oh, really? For Skype, you mean?
Yeah, from Skype. Yeah, it kind of your voice kind of comes off as tinny.
Okay, alright. Let me try and change that. Let's see. Where would I change that?
One person said the audio sounds like a recording app from a phone.
Nice. Is it bad for...
One person says Call of Duty headphones.
I wonder if they hear it too, because they shouldn't. They should be hearing my... They should be hearing my current, my good mic, my really good one, but I don't know. Because I never updated Skype, I guess, and I don't know how to...
Maybe there's like an option where you can select what microphone you can use.
I'm looking.
Okay. I like what you did with the title card, by the way. I like you put that white shadow effect on the main logo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I am. I'm using my... By the way, I'm using my webcam accidentally, so this should...
Oh.
All right.
Now you're sounding much better.
Now I sound much better. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
There's the D-man we all know and love.
There he is. Okay, and then just to make sure, yes, my OBS is using the correct mic. Okay. All right, so
you just went through a tunnel. Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
I hope I'm not approaching the light at the end of that tunnel. I'm too young.
The audio is echoing. All right, let me try and fix that. All right, tell me if it still echoes, guys.
All right. So far, you're not echoing on my end.
All right, this should fix it. I think. I would think. Now it just means that you might come through a little quieter because I had to turn you down.
Yeah, I've noticed that with OBS, whenever I try to do recordings on there, that my voice would come out quieter than the other person. So in like editing, I would just end up balancing the audio. And Switchboard says the audio is echoing for Kaiju Noir.
I wonder if it's still echoing though, because I don't think it should be.
He says no echo and no echoes. You're just a bit quieter, says Nutsy1.
All right. By the way, for whoever I saw ask about the giveaways, I'll be posting that giveaway video this week. I'm sorry it's taking me so long to get out. I've just been busy with school, so.
Michael Waterman says, "What do you think of Shin Godzilla?" Well, we just happened to have like a 2-hour conversation on your channel.
Yeah, we pretty much matched the length of the movie, so.
Yeah, always.
Yep. At that point, we might as well just do commentaries, but I'm too lazy to actually pop in the movie. Plus, at that point, it wasn't out for us on home release, so you know what?
Right. You could just use it. Can be like it can be retroactively be turned into into a commentary. Just like just watch that shit on while you're watching the Shin Godzilla movie.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. All right.
And somebody says, "Who's that voice?" I'm not sure if he's talking about you or me, but considering he's on your channel, I'm assuming he's talking about me. So yeah, I'm Kaiju Noir. I'm happy to be another Kaiju YouTuber who is far less popular than D-Man here.
He's also...
I get it if you don't know who I am. I totally get it.
Just so you guys are aware, he's also in Japan, so he cannot watch Pacific Rim Uprising, so let's keep the chat free of Pacific Rim Uprising, alright? Let's just...
Although, I'm pretty sure most of the... I'm pretty sure most of the spoilers will involve in there's giant robots and they punch things.
You would think, right? But no, I just there's
Okay.
there's some good plot twists in there. Or I don't know. I don't know if I describe them as all of them as
Good.
necessarily good, but there's some plot twists in
Uh-huh.
there that we'll try and keep out of here. So,
All right.
guys
All right.
guys hoping for a Pacific Rim discussion. Let's wait for a little while on that one.
Don't worry. I'll just wait for D-Man to kick me out, and then you
Yeah,
guys can talk about
just wait for me to kick him out, and then you're good.
it. All by myself.
All right. So, do you
Yeah.
want to explain to the people what is Kaiju versus Cancer? I feel like I would, but you're definitely more informed on this subject than I am. So, tell them
All
what's
right.
up.
I will do so. I'll take you on that challenge. Let's see. So, Kaiju vs. Cancer is an ongoing charity that was started this month by me and my good friend Matthew Denian. For those who don't know Matthew Denian, he is a kaiju novelist. He's most notable for the novel Atomic Rex, and has written and published other giant monster related novels such as Polar Yeti, Chimera, Scourge of the Gods, Operation Rock. Uh, and so on and so forth. So he's a friend of mine. We met each other at G Fest, and we happen to be part of this like larger community of artists who we all know each other because we have met each other through G Fest. And unfortunately, earlier this year, we were found out that our good friend Christopher Martinez, who is an amazing giant monster artist who is known for the comic book series Fire Beast Dorugan. If you want to know more about that comic series, you can check out my reviews on both issues on my channel. Unfortunately, he was diagnosed with cancer. And so our friend, Matthew Denian, he came up with the brilliant idea of starting a charity in Chris Martinez's honor to raise money for children with cancer, specifically to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, and doing so by simply getting a whole bunch of our kaiju artists together and using all of our original giant monsters and robot characters to produce original art and sell them as t-shirts and hopefully art prints later down the line, and sell them, at least the t-shirts by the way, via customink.com, and all the proceeds will go directly to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, and hopefully to help out and make a difference in these children's unfortunate situations.
Yes, and so if you want to donate, the description is filled with links for you guys to go to. First off, we have the Kaiju vs. Cancer Facebook page. It's top on the links, and then if I could scroll down, then we have donation page for where you can go buy a shirt. So there's one of the shirts is already out, so you can go. Right.
We are producing one shirt every month or so. One shirt every month. And for our first initial shirt, we have two characters from Christopher Martinez and Matthew Denian. We have Christopher Martinez's Fire Beast Dorugan character, and we have Matt Denian's Atomic Rex character. So it's like a comic kaiju versus a novel kaiju in this really stunning black and white art that Chris himself drew. On the back of the t-shirt will be our official logo, a white version of the logo that you are seeing right here on the title card. And if you're wondering what all those monsters are in the background of this title card, this was a big tribute to Christopher Martinez's Fire Beast Dorugan series, drawn by Frankie B. Washington. You probably know him because mostly from Kaiju Combat, because he did a lot of the art, pretty much like all the artwork from the initial set of cards from when that used to be a thing. And he's Frankie B. Washington is also the artist and co-creator behind Robot God Akamatsu, which is an indie kaiju super robot comic.
Right. So basically you can buy a shirt, and then you can donate. I think does it just like donate any amount, right?
Yeah. You can buy a shirt, and then you have the option to provide as much as you'd like in terms of extra donations.
Right, and the shirts are only $25, so it's not like they're expensive or anything. So definitely, I definitely say go go buy one. Why not? Right? Why wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
It's for a good cause. Why wouldn't you?
Absolutely, and it's also not only on top of that, but we're also, promoting and supporting a lot of these indie artists and writers and YouTubers, and help getting their characters out, getting their characters out there, and being able to introduce people to these wonderful original creations on top of helping out these people, these kids over at the St. Jude's. So I'd say it's like a very wonderful thing, idea, an idea that Matthew Denning had that helps everybody out, but most importantly the children. That definitely is has always been the main focus of this endeavor.
Right. And so we have a question. Can I just donate a bunch of money? Yeah, you can donate. I'm not totally sure how the donations work, where you can buy a shirt for some kid and then send it to them.
Absolutely. Basically, you go to customink.com, and once you find the Kaiju versus Cancer shirt, you can actually buy a shirt, not for yourself, but you can actually send it to St. Jude's Hospital, and just put whatever other extra donation you want to go. That way, that shirt won't go for you, but go towards a child over there, and those $25 will also go to St. Jude's. So if you do want to donate, but you don't want a shirt personally, you can just buy a shirt for a child at St. Jude, and whatever else extra money you want to do, add to the side. Let's see. Michael Waterman said, "Is Matt Frank involved?" We did ask Matt Frank. He does support our endeavor. However, he is unfortunately busy at the moment. But we had an open invitation for him and for anyone else who wants to be a part of this organization, or anyone else who wants to be a part of this project, because this is an ongoing thing. So we're gonna have new shirts and new art as it goes along. There is no time limit here. The only sort of time limit we have is for the individual shirts themselves. As we said, we're gonna be putting these shirts on rotation. So once the 30 days are up on customink.com, then we'll replace the Dorugon versus Atomic Rex shirt with a new shirt with a new design from a new artist with a new set of characters.
Right. So
let's see.
You can also I have the just St. Jude's Children's Hospital Research Facebook page linked in the description. So you can also just go there if you want to just donate money to them directly.
And before we started, Matt Denning actually shared with you the address of St. Jude's Hospital in case a person wants to buy a shirt and then send it directly over there.
Right. I'll add that to the description as well for those of you guys who are looking, because I don't have it there currently.
And is it okay if I were to share some of the artists involved along with their characters?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so we have Christopher Martinez, who we made this project in his honor. He has,
by the way, really fast, by the way, his GoFundMe page is also linked in the description.
Right. So his family was very generous enough to put together a GoFundMe to help pay for his medical bills, because as we all know, chemotherapy and all that sort of treatment, that is certainly not cheap. And thankfully a lot of people have come to his aid and have donated literally thousands of dollars to help him out. They almost reached their goal of 5,000 last time I checked.
Actually, I think they were just over it when I checked.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. That is amazing news. So if you do want to help out this really talented and really kind individual, then I highly suggest you do so. If you want to know more, if you happen to want to know more about his Fire Beast Dorugon comic series, I recently interviewed him on my channel, and called State of the Fire Beast 2018, where we talked about his future plans for the Fire Beast Dorugon series, given his recent medical situation. So let's see, going down the list of Kaiju versus Cancer group members, we had Christopher Martinez, of course, with his Fire Beast Dorugon characters. Let's see, we also happen to have me with my giant robot character Draco Azul, who you can usually see as the mascot of my channel, as well as an upcoming comic book that I'm producing. We have Chris Nigro, who has the novel Mega Drake, Beast of the Apocalypse, We have, let's see, and also Dragola, a kaiju nightmare. Let's see. We also have a YouTube animator by the name of Crooked Lore. You probably have seen some of his stuff on my channel if you happen to follow my work. He has his non-kaiju character, but more like horror, Tim Burton-esque themed character, Halloween-themed characters in the form of Augustine the Crooked Man and Belle the Crooked Cat Girl. We have Denny Roth. You probably know him as Draco Rollin online. He has his character Christar, as well as, let's see, what's the name of this other character? Christar and Zika, I think. We have Steve Tao, who you probably know as Winter Gaia or Raptor Gear. He has his Project Atheos characters called Zatioli, who is kind of like his take on Godzilla, a dinosaur, Godzilla-esque dinosaur, as well as Persastro, which is like his take on King Kong. And of course his main character that you've probably seen on Kaiju Combat, Gigaraptor, which is like a giant metal bird dragon robot. Let's see, we have Deadpoolzilla, another Kaiju YouTuber, with his mascot DPZ, the Dino of Pure Zaniness, which is sort of like, like an homage slash fusion of like Godzilla and Deadpool, of course, given his name. We have Frank Parr, who has his Arrakis character, as well as his Wendigo creature. We have Frankie B. Washington, as I mentioned earlier, and James Biggie. James Biggie, him, by the way, designed the logo of this that you're currently seeing right now. Both Frankie and James, they brought their giant robot character, Robot God Akamatsu. We have Jeremy Robinson. Unfortunately, we couldn't get Jeremy Robinson's Nemesis character because due to some legal arrangements, because he's trying to like get a movie made based off of Nemesis, and so that provides a lot of that brings up a lot of technical legalities. But however, Jeremy decided to share his character Kronos, which I believe is from his latest book of the same name, which is essentially like a giant mosasaur from like Jurassic World. We have Keith Foster, who is the author of the indie comic book Kadoja. Kadoja is kind of like this techno-organic Hulk-like creature with like a massive chin and a bunch of like mechanical weapons stored inside his body. If you want to know more about that comic, I actually did a review last year covering the first volume of that book. We have K.H. Kohler with Goliath from a novel she wrote called Ghost in the Machine. We have Mark Denian, which is Matt Denian's brother, with a children's character called Thesaurus Rex. Let's see, Matt Denian, of course, with all of the monsters from his novels, from Chimera to Atomic Rex. We have, let's see, going further down the list. We have Inshoma, who is an artist and writer and somewhat of a YouTuber. You've probably seen him a couple times as the artist behind a lot of Brendan Tenold's cult movie reviews title cards, as well as an artist and fellow collaborator on my channel. He's brought his mascot of the same name, as well as several other characters like Baita and Alphon, which are two like characters that he wishes to introduce. We have Robert Galvin, who is an author with a creature called Gorgod. We have another Kaiju YouTuber by the name of the Omniviewer, with his characters Snazzy Chapeau and Kozera. We have Tyler Souls, who is an artist and the creator behind Durantis, the Lost Serpent, which is another indie kaiju comic, and he provided, of course, Durantis, the Lost Serpent, with as part of this project. Zach Cole, another kaiju author, he's brought his character Marugar and his giant robot Prometheus. And we have Wilson Ramos Jr., another artist, and with another indie kaiju comic called Team Kaiju, which seems to be sort of like The Incredibles, but kind of like themed on like being a anti-kaiju fighting superhero team. And let's see, that's pretty much it in terms of collaborators so far. So we have a lot of these people with indie comic, indie novels, YouTuber, writers, backgrounds, all coming together and putting all of our original ideas and creations all together for the sake of helping these kids with cancer.
Right. It's pretty cool, guys. It kind of makes me want to design a character too, but I just don't. I'm not creative enough. I can't think of like a cool one to make. I've tried. So
Well, you can always find go team up with a collaborator and brainstorm together, and I'm sure you'll come up with something.
yeah, you know what? I could just what if I just rename my channel mascot? What if instead it's not Godzilla, guys? That's not Godzilla. That's
Smogzilla.
that's Smogzilla, guys. It's totally different. It's totally different.
Yeah,
Slap
yeah,
him on a T-shirt.
yeah.
Don't tell anyone. Don't tell. Let Toho.
Original character, do not steal.
Right.
Well, I will be. If you really, we are truly honest with ourselves. A lot of these, a good portion of these monsters that we have here are, pretty much Godzilla homages.
Right.
Be it like Atomic Rex, Dorugan, and what have you. To some degree, these are all kind of like other individuals' take on Godzilla, basically taking Godzilla and trying to do a little twist with them and see what they can do with writing an original Godzilla story, but not technically having it be Godzilla.
I'll go back in time to early 2016. I'll design a character that looks just like Godzilla but shoots lasers out of his entire body, and it'll be original for the time, and then I'll just claim that idea.
Right. I think that's your only option at this point.
Right. Okay, so yeah, guys, I think it's a really cool project. Definitely go buy a T-shirt, go donate some money. It's for a good cause. I really don't know, like, what's the point in not, right? If you're just like, oh, I don't want a T-shirt, you could always just donate some money and send your T-shirt to some kid. Like, that's even more. I think that's better, right? Because then you're helping out two people.
Yeah. Right. It's a win-win situation. You're donating and you're also giving a free. These kids are going to get a free T-shirt with a really cool design in the end.
Right. Yeah. Do we want to make any announcements about like other YouTubers who said they would work on the project or other people?
Yeah. So let's see. I know the Omni Viewer recently made a promo video of the Kaiju versus Cancer, and we know obviously we have people like you and me. We have Deadpoolzilla. We have Inshoma, who's kind of a YouTuber at this point, and we had Brendan Tennell. He agreed to be part of this project and help us promote it. And you also mentioned Goji Fan 93, right?
Right. Yeah. He said he'd be willing to help out. So.
Yeah, and thank you, by the way, for helping us get in contact with those guys. We have been very grateful to be able to reach out to people with a large fan base and help spread the word on Kaiju versus Cancer.
Right.
So yeah, are there any other questions that you may have?
Did you want to make an announcement about that other poster that you're working on, or that other T-shirt?
Yeah. Let's see.
Let me go down.
One person, by the way, said, any way I can help spread awareness of this project? Yes, of course. If you have like Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, or Facebook, any sort of form of social media, just let everybody know that, hey, there's these people here, they're selling shirts, all going to help kids with cancer. Just do whatever you can, just literally spread the word, and let people know. And if you or your friends or your family are interested in buying a shirt, either for you guys or for St. Jude's Hospital, you're totally free to do so. As D-Man mentioned, the link is in the description, so you can just copy and paste that link to wherever you to your heart's content.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh yeah, as you mentioned before, yes, we did want to do a reveal because we had a plan for the second T-shirt design, which I believe. Let's see, how many days left do we have for the current project right now?
Do you want me to throw the new picture up on screen, or do you want me to save it?
Yeah, we can do it right now. So within 17 days, we have 17 days left for this first T-shirt. So we actually have a second T-shirt planned, which is an homage to the VHS cover of Destroy All Monsters. And we already kind of provided a basic layout as to which monsters are going to be involved and what their placement is going to be on the full thing. And we recently got in talks with Tyler Souls, like I said, the creator of Durantis, the Lost Serpent, in order to for him to actually draw this whole thing. And if you are following Tyler on Instagram or Facebook, you probably have noticed that he is a fantastic artist, and he recently started doing a fan comic of Godzilla and King Kong versus the Mutos. It's truly spectacular.
I have not heard of that. You're gonna have to share that one with me. I haven't heard of that one.
Okay, yeah, I'll look for it right now. Meanwhile, you are free to share the kind of like concept art / basic layout of what's going to be our next shirts.
All right, Nerfman said he'll donate and then promote it in his videos, so I really appreciate that.
Thanks, man.
I'll share out the link to you guys in the description one more time, just for ease of looking for the page.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. I hate working with this stupid live stream. All right, there you go. There you guys go.
Let's see, Tyler sells.
All right, and then you guys can see on screen right now, this is the destroy all monsters thing.
Yes.
So you guys can see the plans for it. It looks pretty. I feel like it'll come together really nicely.
Yes, me too. And I got a link to Tyler's Instagram account, so I can show you guys. Let's see, am I allowed to share this link? Somebody says, how many days left until Godzilla? Is he referring to the movie or?
I would assume. I think it's like 360 something days. I think we just hit the 1 year point. So to answer your question, you got some time to wait.
How long? A long time. And I just shared with you on Skype the Instagram account if you want to see it yourself. I just shared it on the chat board.
All right, sweet.
Let's see. Yeah, so it's this really cool concept that Tyler's doing, collaborating with John Freeman, in doing this like fan comic on like what the Monsterverse would have looked like back in prehistoric times.
Oh, nice. Is he just uploading it to Instagram, or is it going to be like, is he going to do anything with it to release it in other means?
He's also released the full images on Facebook. I'm not sure if he's done so with DeviantArt. He hasn't shared any DeviantArt links so far. Let's see. He does have a personal Facebook account and an official like Facebook page specifically for his art, which I will share in the description below. And let's see.
All right, and
there you go, everybody.
So is this just like an image comic, no dialogue, nothing like that, no narration?
It looks like it. He hasn't said much as to what this Godzilla, legendary Godzilla King Kong fan comic is going to be, other than it's something that he's working on the side as like just for fun.
This is on the side. That's impressive. This is
yeah.
This is very impressive. I'm eating it up. I really like this picture of Kong drop kicking the Muto.
Yeah. It's like, oh shit! It's all like a wrestling match where like the main person comes in. It's like, oh god, and then he comes in with a drop kick.
Yeah, this is some pretty impressive stuff.
Comes in with like a chair and smacks the Fem Muto behind the back. I do love like there's that in the last page that he has since shared is that like the Fem Muto attempts to do the EMP attack and it has like
no effect. He just looks at it. Yeah.
And like, you see King Kong is like, your ass is grass.
I like how that last picture kind of looks like Kong's vlogging it too. The angle.
Yeah. Let's see.
All right, definitely go check that out, guys, too.
Yes, I'm gonna see if I can find his DeviantArt account as well. Let's see.
Switchboard is complaining because we're not interacting with the chat. And the chat's only talking about Pacific Rim Uprising. I said I wasn't going to talk about that until later, so cry about it. You want me to interact with the chat? I'll interact with the chat, but you got to ask questions and stuff that I can answer.
Yeah, if you'd like, if you have any more questions, if the chat has any questions about Kaiju versus Cancer or any of the people who is associated with the project or any of the technical details, you're free to ask at this moment.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know who OmniViewer is.
Okay, yeah. To be honest, I haven't followed his videos. I just knew him because of Kaiju versus Cancer. I guess he was like a friend of someone who was part of this, and he got on board with this. Let's see. So I think he's probably a friend of Matt's, and that's how he became a part of this. I know he's got about, I want to say 5,000 subscribers, so he's definitely got an audience. I haven't seen too many of his videos just because I've been very busy recently. And so, from what little I have seen of his, he does look like he puts out very decent content.
Yeah, maybe I could get him on. Do you guys know Do you guys know OmniViewer? I could see if I could have him on.
Let's see. Goji Main 2014 says OmniViewer is a pretty good kaiju YouTuber.
All right, nice. So. For those of you complainers, and it's not just you, Switchboard. I just called you out just cause. For those of you complainers, ask some questions.
Smiths Wesson says, "Do questions only have to be about Kaiju versus Cancer?" I'd like there to be, considering that that's like the main focus of this live stream at the moment.
Yeah, but like we said at the start, guys, I'll open it up for everything you want to talk about in a little bit.
Mm-hmm. The fan base is very rambunctious here.
Yeah, I don't know. Should be pretty cool. OmniViewer is an amazing YouTuber. I think he will help a lot with this. All right, I'll see. Yeah, I'll see if I can get him on. I'll message him. I've never
just mention him. It's like, hey, I happen to know you. Do you want to do this thing right now? Are you available?
No, I don't mean like I'll get him on like right this very second, but I mean like I'll see if I can have him on.
Damn right, it has to be right this second.
I'll see if I can have him on sometime.
It's like, hey, I don't know what you're doing, but you better drop it right now because we're gonna stream.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Goji Fan, but that guy. I was gonna see if he wanted to hop on, but that guy live streamed all day today. I don't know when he stopped, but that guy's he's probably burnt out.
Okay, and I'm currently sharing Tyler Soul's DeviantArt right now. He has 2 DeviantArt accounts, but this one is his current one. And for those who also don't know, he is also the artist who is currently working with me on the Draco Azul comic book that I'm working, which is like a giant robot, giant monster comic that I'm working on right now to release eventually at G-Fest this year in the Artist Alley.
And if you guys have seen, I've done news updates for it. It's pretty cool. I'm very excited to see the final product.
Right. But Draco Azul is not the focus of the chat, so I definitely don't want to deter or take away any attention from Kaiju versus Cancer. But yeah, I guess to explain this Destroy All Monsters homage, we have, of course, the main title, Destroy All Cancer. In place of Ghidorah, we have King Kaiju, which is a creation of Frank Pars, which is kind of like this interdimensional take on Ghidorah. We have Zach Cole's Marugra, who is taking the place of Baragon. We have Denny Roth's Crystar, taking the place of Anguirus. We have Jeremy Robinson's Kronos, taking the place of Mothra. The OmniViewer's Snazzy Chapeau, taking the place of Minya. We have Matt Danian's Rock, too, because in his novel Operation Rock, there are multiple Rocks. Rock is replacing Rodan. Christopher Martinez's Dorugon is replacing Godzilla. And on top of that, we've included like 5 more characters to fill in that space and get as many original characters in there, from Durantis, Kadoja, Draco Azul, Robot God Akamatsu, and the Thesaurus. And to answer Michael Waterman's what is Kaiju versus Cancer, I know you've been here since the beginning, but I'll explain one more time for anyone who is just joining us now. Kaiju versus Cancer is an ongoing charity where we are selling shirts with original monsters based on coming from like indie comics, novels, YouTubers, and what have you, in order to have all the proceeds go to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital to help children with cancer.
Right.
I'm probably gonna have to get used to seeing that a lot during the stream.
Yeah. Check out this next image that I put on screen. It's this is their poster. This is the poster that they have on Facebook. It's really cool. I'm a big fan of it. Who drew this poster? I don't remember.
This was Frankie B. Washington, who is the co-creator and artist behind Robot God Akamatsu. I'll get his DeviantArt ready right now.
Oh, I love this picture. It's super cool.
So Frankie did this in honor of our dear friend Christopher Martinez, and he decided to depict all of Christopher Martinez's...
hold on, really fast before you continue.
Yes.
I gotta make this announcement. I guess I forgot. Yes, no. For the question, super chats will go to donations. Yes, that's I will any donations I receive during this live stream, any super chats, I'll put that all towards Kaiju versus Cancer. So I won't keep any of it. So should probably add that to the description.
Wow. I didn't know that YouTube did super chat donations like Twitch. Oh, okay, neat. Would you like to have the actual artwork itself?
What do you mean?
Oh no. Oh, actually, you must already have it because you already put the whole.
Oh yeah. I already have it.
There we go.
There.
Okay. Yeah. There you go. So yeah, this was drawn by Frankie B. Washington. Here is his DeviantArt right here, and as I mentioned before, he made this as a tribute to Christopher Martinez's Fire Beast Dorugan series with all the monsters within this universe. We have Dorugan, which is like, an homage to Godzilla. We have Giganto, an homage to King Kong. Garan or Garen, an homage to Ghidorah. We have Triceras, Robo-Triceras, Pengoro, the robot Prometheus, and King Rex. And of course some military vehicles in there just to spice things up.
It looks really beautiful.
Absolutely. This guy, he is like almost like a master. He's got like very bold inks, very bright, vivid colors. This guy is like absolutely like a 100% like a professional at what he does.
It definitely looks like something that that you'd see being sold at like G-Fest or at some of these conventions. So it looks legit. I could see this being like the old box art for some of those Godzilla movies that we used to get on the VHSs. Those are the reasons that I still keep those VHSs too, because I love the box art on them. So it's cool.
Right, and of course, our next one is like an homage to one of those.
Yeah, exactly. So that'll be nice.
Let's see. The Michael Jackson Helm says, is there any way for other kaiju fans to be a part of this charity? Yes, we're actually thinking of we have some people who have volunteered to make further art for the charity. So I was talking to Matt Denning about this the other night, and we were thinking of perhaps allowing people to do like voluntary art and to just use that art to simply promote the Kaiju vs. Cancer brand. And if it's popular enough, we'll maybe be able to turn that into a t-shirt or print further down the line. So yes, it's possible for other fans to, make your own Kaiju vs. Cancer art. Just hoping that we have no copyrighted characters in there, just like, either your own original characters or the original characters all that are already a part of this series. Or a part of this project.
I'm just gonna draw one. It's just gonna be like a real nice close-up of my face, colored in crayon, and I want you to put that on on a T-shirt.
So, like, what was that? Do you still have that picture of you just looking into the camera with like a shocked look on your face? I think it was like a black and white image you drew.
I might. I'll look for it. I think it might have been part of one of my Godzilla-thon thumbnails that I zoomed in really close.
Yeah. I remember that.
I'll look for it. I'll just slap that on a T-shirt.
Let's see. Switchboard said, "Would it help if I promote this in my next video like Nerfman says he will?" I mean, 400 will make that big of a difference. Absolutely, Switchboard.
No, any difference is a difference, man.
Absolutely. Yeah. It doesn't matter how big or small. A difference is a difference, and that's all that matters to me, or to me personally.
That's your next T-shirt, boys. Whenever it pops up, that's your next T-shirt right there.
Goji Main 2014 says, "How can I help with this charity if I can't help pay? Just spread the word, man. Just tell everybody about it. Let the people know.
Tell your mom it's for a school project, and then just send us the money."
Mommy, can I have $500?
Yeah, well, that's a lot for a school project.
It's a big project.
Tell her you're building a rocket ship and you need to help any way you can. Then tell her the teacher ripped you off and stole all the money and went to Canada, so she's never going to see a return on that.
Apparently, a couple of people are asking you about some NES
Yeah,
Godzilla.
I've seen that. I've seen quite a bit of
Yeah.
people ask about that. I have no idea what NES
Did you?
Godzilla creepypasta is. I don't go on creepypasta
Uh-huh.
ever, so I'm
I guess
very
it's.
I don't know
I
anything about it.
Okay, I've actually read the creepypasta, and it's kind of interesting. Yeah, there we go. That's you just have your face like there.
Yeah.
It's just like your reaction to all the monsters like behind you.
You know what? Why not, right? It'll be the first official D-Man T-shirt. I'll make it, and all the all the proceeds will go to the charity. You know what? No, you know what I'm gonna put on a T-shirt. All right, I'm gonna pop this one on screen. This one would make for a this one would be a great T-shirt. Anyone who says otherwise is wrong.
Let's see. Switchboard says, "Hey D-Man, will you please send me an email telling me exactly what I should say during the promotional part of this because I don't want to say something invalid." Here's what you can do, Switchboard. You can go to the Kaiju vs. Cancer Facebook page and go through all of our posts. It's not that many posts, really. And just, repeat all of what we stated there. Everything that's official, you can just, take it from the Facebook page. And thank you very much, Godzilla154, for your donation. Thank you so much. God bless you, man.
Yeah. I was actually writing a message because I wasn't going to cut you off. But yes, I definitely really appreciate it. So I'll write that down so that I know exactly how much to donate. So I really appreciate it, man.
Absolutely. Let's see. Anthony Medellin says, "Can I make a meme of D-Man 1954's face?" Well, given the rules of the internet, D-Man...
There's already memes
really
about me. What are you
no.
joking, man? What are you talking about? There's already a meme page all about me.
Okay, now I see it right now on the stream.
It's me.
Shin Godzilla art.
It's me. It's me as Shin Godzilla's tail, man. How could you not want that on a T-shirt? How could you not want that? That's beautiful.
Just take Godzilla out of it. Just show you on the tail, and that's it.
Yeah, I'll edit. I'll go back. I'll take Kamata-kun and Shinagawa-kun out, and it'll literally just be my face on Godzilla's tail.
Beautiful, man. Absolutely.
That'll
beautiful.
be something. All right, Godzilla 154.
Let's see. Switchboard says, "Okay, sounds good. Can you pop the link to that page quick?" Actually, if you go to the description, Switchboard, the video description, you can see the Kaiju vs. Cancer Facebook page right there in the description. You see the whole link right there. All the links you need, again, right there for you. Oh, and I just noticed that D-Man added in the address to St. Jude Children's Hospital,
right,
in case you want to buy a shirt and donate to buy a shirt and send it directly to one of the kids there yourself.
All right.
Let's see.
Switchboard saying there's so many channels out there mocking me. Yeah, I'm aware. I've seen them. I'm aware. They're pretty great.
A new kaiju came out, claimed that there's two of the same kaiju in that universe.
You know what? If I did that for every movie, I would have been right.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is, I'm not sure if I've ever told you this, but like as soon as I saw the Godzilla Planet of the Monsters in Japan back in November, I was thinking to myself, holy shit, D-Man was right about the wrong movie.
It had to happen eventually, man. How do I pronounce this name? Netrical. Thank you, Netrical 041 for the $1 donation.
You're a wonderful dude, man. Let's see. Daniel Warlow says, "What is Kaiju vs. Cancer?" Well, Kaiju vs. Cancer is an ongoing charity project where a bunch of indie artists, writers, novelists, comic book people, and YouTubers all getting together to produce original art of their original characters and sell them the art as t-shirts and possibly art prints down the line, and send all the proceeds to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital to help kids with cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Goji Main 2014 says, "Who's that?" I don't know who you're referring to, man.
Maybe he's referring to you. Maybe he doesn't know.
That's okay. I'm used to that. All around me are
yeah, that was such a depressing answer, man.
It's alright.
Nobody knows me. No one's aware of me.
I'm okay. I'm perfectly fine in my place in the YouTube kaiju community spectrum. Let's see.
Derek
See,
YouTube prank stars. What? Have you found that? 8
I don't
subscribers.
know.
It's
I'm
a
trying
good
to
channel,
make
man.
sense
It's
of
a
that.
good channel. Have you seen that, Andres?
The what channel?
Derek YouTube prank stars.
No,
It's
what is
official.
that?
It's me. It's me.
Are you pranking people?
No,
Are
it's
you
not.
doing social experiments?
It. Well, eventually, but currently, no. It's because so I'm working on the show. I've talked about it on the channel a few times.
Mm-hmm.
It's called it's Never Cloudy in Colorado. It's a parody of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And in the show, my character has a YouTube channel where he just does horribly mean pranks to people. So in order to
Mm-hmm.
set that up for the show, we made the official channel, and as we film episodes and as we do all this stuff, we're gonna film these pranks for the show, and then we'll
Mm-hmm.
upload them on that channel so that we can have kind of an in-universe thing going on. So for the people who've
Oh,
stumbled
okay, I see.
across
So
it,
it's like a very meta channel.
exactly, that's what it is, and it's just supposed to make
Okay.
fun of pranking channels and everything like that.
Oh,
So
okay, love that. It's like, what up, invaders? Derek here. We're gonna do we're gonna do a social experiment. We're gonna go up to people, bother them, ring their doorbells, and ask if they want to be part of the Church of Godzilla.
you know what? I might do that now. I didn't think about something stupid like that.
I better get a writing credit there.
All right, you know what? I will do it.
Based on the ramblings of Andres Kaiju Noir Perez.
I need one of those really big, those like signs that they wear on their chest. I need one of those like full body length,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
saying like,
Or like, or like one of those people with like the giant signs who hang out at Comic-Con every year.
yeah,
It's like praise to Godzilla.
yeah. That's exactly what I'll do. It'll. So stupid.
Funny enough, that thing actually exists. Someone actually did made like a giant board like that at Comic-Con one year.
Nice.
Let's see. We had someone. Okay, so I think it was Anthony Medellin said, "Hey, D-Man, can you make a T-shirt of you being scared of Godzilla 54 that you would show us, so I could wear it all day?"
Yeah, that black and white picture of me being freaked out. I was joking about making that into a real T-shirt, but if you guys think it'll be good for the memes, I might.
Let's see. The paleontologist says kaiju versus cancer makes me think of Godzilla or any other kaiju in a lab coat fighting cancer as an actual monster. That would make for a really good piece of art.
Yeah, why don't we have that?
Well,
Other than Godzilla, why don't we have that with someone else?
that'd be cool. What would you just asking
Who would we
like,
put in a lab coat? We could put Draco Azul in a lab coat.
Probably I've already depicted him in like a 1940s noir detective trench coat, so
Yeah.
a lab coat wouldn't be so far fetched at this point.
Put it
How would you depict
fighting cancer.
a cancer monster? Because I'm thinking like have you ever seen the anime movie Akira?
I have not. If you
Okay,
ask if
well-
I've seen anime, unless it's the Godzilla one or Death Note, the answer is no.
I guess that answers that question like a couple minutes ago when someone asked if you've seen Gundam.
Oh yes, to answer, no, I have not seen Gundam.
I, on the other hand, in the complete opposite.
He is
I
the
have
master of Gundam.
I don't know if I can say that. Maybe in terms within the Godzilla community, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's always someone there who knows more than you. There's always someone out there who's better than you at what you do.
Someone says
Goji Main says watch JoJo. Yes, do watch JoJo. It's amazing.
Someone says put Hedora in a lab coat. That'd be like the most paradoxical setup.
Eventually, it's like putting Hedora in a recycling, making the mascot of a recycling project.
It's all a
So my
scheme.
recycling
He's stealing your
campaign.
trash to eat it.
Yay, I guess.
Yeah, would that be a bad thing? I guess, because then he's gonna kill the world. But hey, he's saving the ozone layer.
Let's see. So, cancer. So I brought up Akira because there involves a big giant mass of flesh and techno-organic disgusting thing at the end of the movie. So I'm thinking like wooden cancer because it's just like a growth of an uncontrollable growth of cells. I imagine to be just like a big pulsing. How would they call this? Like very disgusting mass of flesh and disease.
Yeah, I looked up cancer monsters. They're interesting looking. I wouldn't say that, like, I don't know how you depict that. I guess.
Yeah, I guess it'd be really weird. You know, also you got to make it like disgusting, but at the same time appealing enough to want to have
Yeah, to
on
want
a
it on a shirt or a poster.
Right.
You don't want to make it too bad.
No. I mean, Hedora, he's fine. He's just, unspecified blob of gray goo. But if you get too graphic, then it's like, vomit-inducing.
Right.
Let's see. Earlier, before, I know this is like
you could just make it like one of your characters in a lab coat working at like a science table, like pouring chemicals into beakers or something. You could have it be like more symbolic rather than action oriented.
True. Goji Main says, D-Man, can you take off that face? It's starting to scare me. I think that would be D-Man's imaginary hypothetical reaction towards a realistic cancer monster.
Yeah, that's exactly. It was supposed to be a metaphor, guys. It wasn't supposed to just be there just because I forgot to take it off.
It was intentional. It was supposed to be disturbing.
Yeah.
Let's see. But yeah. Or better yet, it's like imagine like a bunch of monsters all in like ill-fitting lab coats,
right,
all like hunched over each other, looking at like a microscope or something.
Yeah, that'd be pretty funny too. You could go comedical with it.
Yeah, it's like we're not fighting it with laser beams and tooth and claw action. No, we're fighting it with science.
Yeah, just have the caption on the shirt be like, "Not all battles can be won by knocking things over."
Right. No, not all battles can be won through violence.
There you go. And it's a good life message too. We just created the perfect shirt.
Yes. It promotes the
working together,
and it promotes unity. It promotes teamwork. It promotes peace. What more can you want?
Yeah, we got the Godzilla meme or the D-Man memes page in chat, so hey. Welcome, I guess. Yeah, you know what? If I don't see that as a T-shirt, I'm gonna be severely disappointed.
I'll pitch it to Matt and see what he thinks.
Yes.
Let's see. Earlier, before we were talking about like the Godzilla creepypasta, which I know has nothing to do with Kaiju vs. Cancer, but I think I would feel guilty for not answering that question.
Yeah, especially because we started talking about it and then we just forgot.
Yeah. So I have actually read the NES Godzilla creepypasta. Basically, it's like a haunted video game where the guy plays Godzilla on NES, Monster of Monsters on NES, and it turns out there's a demon named Red who lives in that game, and it's like slowly takes over his body, and he's fighting for control, and the power of love wins all. Spoiler alert.
What a lame ending.
Even the writer himself is kind of a bit disappointed with, in retrospective, over the ending of that.
How long has that been out?
It's been out for years, man. I mean, it's kind of like this thing where it's like, do you know about the NES? Yes, I know about it. Or that's what like every like big artist knows about it, because it's always been requested. It's like, do you know about this thing? Hey, have you heard about this thing? And it's like, yeah, it's always been the same answer. Yes, I have. Almost every Godzilla YouTuber has come across, or any Godzilla fan has come across it in some way, shape, or form. I'm actually surprised you've never heard of it. But I guess then again, you kind of only, I guess like relatively have been kind of new to the whole Godzilla online community compared to me. But I'm not really sure about that. But yeah.
I don't know. I really try to avoid creepypasta because they're just kind of, in my opinion, they're pretty dumb. Like, yeah, I don't get anything out of them. I don't get spooked by something I read.
I get the appeal of it. It's kind of like just the internet's modern take on ghost stories, campfire ghost stories. So I can see why they've been as popular as they have been. Although I guess with so many creepypastas, I can see how they could all start to blend together.
Right.
Let's see. I'm trying to... Oh, okay. So I guess it was around 2011 is when the NES creepypasta
Why NES?
Loaded. What's that?
So why is it NES?
I guess it's because it's pixel. It's maybe appealing to Godzilla fans and retro gaming fans at the same time. So you got like it's appealing to two categories of, or maybe like you're appealing to gamers, you're appealing to retro gamers, and you're appealing to Godzilla's fans at the same time.
Right.
Let's see. I'm looking at the main banner here. So I'll send it to you via Skype right now. Let's see if I can find the main banner. Let's see. There we go. So let's see. Copy. Sending it to you via Skype. There you go. So they're within this like haunted NES Godzilla game. The person is playing it, and he's fighting these regular monsters. Then the game gets all glitchy, and all of a sudden he's seeing monsters that were made after the game was created. So he's like, wait a minute, why is Biollante and Orga and Space Godzilla here? And first he's like, oh cool, these are like secret characters. But then he's like, wait a minute, none of this makes sense. And then these creepy demonic original monsters are involved, especially Red. And you know, it's like, oh no, what's going on? Oh my god, it's a haunted game.
Oh, how spooky! Is it a real spooky one? Did you get chills when you read it?
There was one portion where I did get scared, where the main antagonist, Red, he is like, oh yeah, throughout the story, the storyteller supposedly took screenshots of the game, and he's posting these screenshots as you're reading the story, so you can see the progress of the game. So there's this portion where the monster Red, there is this secret level where U.S. Godzilla is trying to run away from Red, and when you do, Red is like standing in the middle of the screen, and then he just turns and looks at the gamer. And I guess that was the only time where I got spooked, because it is kind of like somewhat of a disturbing humanoid-ish face with like just a gaping mouth and black soulless eyes. And so to have that thing quickly look at you and acknowledge your presence and breaking the fourth wall was a bit disturbing in that sort of sense.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I just don't get the appeal of it.
All right, yeah, totally understandable.
To be fair, I didn't enjoy ghost stories as a kid either. The only time they worked were when I was like camping, or like when something disturbing would happen coincidentally at the same time as the ghost stories, which very rarely ever happened, but yeah, it happened enough times. All right, yeah, I don't know. Now everyone's talking about Fortnite, of course. Fortnite invaded everything.
I've heard about Fortnite for like the last several months. I'm like, what the hell is Fortnite? Because it's like
it's old. Fun. I like it.
I don't keep up with what the kids are into these days. And then like my friend actually showed me the other night what Fortnite is, and it's like, oh, okay. So I see. It's like an online game. You're stuck on an island. It's got this really appealing, cartoonish, stylized art style, and you're basically trying to survive and shoot people before the time runs out and the storm kills you.
Yeah, it's nothing new. Fortnite, basically, the earliest version of it that I can think of would be the old game H1Z1, which was pretty popular for like a day. And then PUBG is the one everyone else loves, but that one's more realistic and
right. It appeals more to like the Call of Duty people.
Yeah, and then they have Fortnite, which is all colorful and you can build stuff and. I don't know.
That one appeals to like, I guess, like the Team Fortress 2 people.
Right. I don't know. I find a lot of enjoyment in Fortnite, but I don't know how people can play it as much as they do. Like that is just beyond me, how you could dedicate your life to the game.
Yeah, I'm very surprised that it's able to gain this much popularity despite it being like a beta from what I've heard. It's not like the finished product.
Yeah, that's pretty surprising too.
Although I heard that Ark Survival Evolved, I think that's like another game that's like has been forever in beta and was popular for a while. Although I heard that like popularity is slowly dying down because it's still not finished yet, despite all the support people have given it. So I'm kind of hoping that I'm glad Fortnite is happy for the developers that it's gotten this popular. I just hope that it doesn't share the same fate as other games where they're in early access, where their betas are up, but then because they haven't been able to do much progress on it, that fan base slowly starts to die out before the final version is even out. Which,
I don't think that's going to happen with this one, because they update this game constantly. They are nonstop adding new stuff. They have it done in seasons, so there's like I think it's like 4-month-long seasons, and by the time I think all the seasons are up, I don't know how many they're doing, but by the time they're up, the game's going to be in full access. They definitely have people hooked, so that I don't see a way that the game is going to die off like that. Netrical is mentioning that the game came out in 2011, but the Battle Royale mode's the one that got it fame. So yeah, I think that's true. They had like a Zombies Save the World, I think is what it's called. It's like a zombies mode where you fight with people as on your side, but now the one where you fight against everyone's the popular one, but I don't know.
All right then. Yeah.
I guess you know what? Someday I could stream that on the channel and we could raise some more money for charity. But not today.
That sounds like a good idea, man.
Yeah, not today though, because first of all, it's late. Second of all, my computer's already took a beating today, and if I try and stream a video game and it's just not gonna work.
What do you call it? The defibrillators, you're zapping, you're shocking your desktop to life. Live, damn you, live!
Yeah, pretty much.
Clear!
How's a stop motion you mentioned in your live stream? You know what? I have not worked on any stop motion videos for the past couple months just because of school, but over summer, I promise you guys I'll work on one. There we go.
Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot you did the stop motion. I was like, when did you do that? And then I remember the DVD video, the Blu-ray video that I sent you when you made that video.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay then. Let's see. So, are there any other questions for Kaiju versus Cancer? Because I think we've pretty much gone over everything. We've gone over the art. Ooh, let me show you another piece of art. This was actually done by Christopher Martinez. Let's see. I think I may have actually sent you this, but I'll send it to you again via Skype just to be sure, or just be safe. Let's see. Because our friend Christopher Martinez, right before he had his emergency surgery, which he's totally fine, by the way, he finished this one commission that Matt Denian paid for, where it is another one of Chris's monsters and another one of Matt's monsters fighting together, and this would be like a future shirt design, not the second one, because we just had a Chris and Matt collaboration, so having another Chris and Matt collaboration would just make it seem like repetitive and seem like they're taking all the attention. So this one here, actually wait until you share this on the live stream, but it's really good, I think, and so I certainly want to help promote more of Chris's art as much as everyone else here.
All right, let's see if Skype will let me download this image.
Oh, and if you'd like, I can share you the first t-shirt design as well, in case anyone has yet to actually go on the Kaiju versus Cancer custom ink page.
Can you send these to me over Facebook, because over Skype
sure,
they're not loading.
Yeah, it can be a bit finicky. Let's see.
It says, I'd like to see a Pacific Rim style Kaiju on the shirt.
Actually, we have Steve Tao, who's going to be working on getting all of the original robot characters together from Kaiju vs. Cancer and produce a Pacific Rim-esque team-up image, t-shirt design, and all the characters will be redesigned in the style of like 80s mecha anime.
That would be pretty cool. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Dylan make Pacific Rim art for Godzilla Odyssey?
Yes, he did. It's he did a little, like, what do you call it, like somewhat of a title card,
right? And
that involved like Godzilla's imagery being reflected in Gypsy Danger's eyes, and on top of that we have
but didn't he make Kaiju for it?
Yes. Both Bill and Dylan, aka Zazubar and Super DM64, both developed original Kaiju, where the aliens from the first Pacific Rim were able to get their hands on Godzilla's DNA and use that DNA to create these Pacific Rim Kaiju with elements of Godzilla in them.
Those, if I remember, they're really cool looking. Could you guys maybe see if you could, like, in this guy's scenario, Pacific Rim t-shirt, could you guys, like, maybe use those? Because those wouldn't have copyright issues, would they?
Let's see. Technically, no, they wouldn't.
They're original characters.
Right, right. You know what? Maybe we could use him as like cannon fodder, like in case we wanted to pick a character, one of our characters successfully beating the shit
Right. I
out of
was gonna
another
say you
character.
could hook up some of the giant robots you guys got going on, fighting those
Yeah,
guys.
yeah. Totally, totally. Yeah. In
You know
fact, we
what?
have
There's this really cool
mhm,
Pacific Rim Uprising poster that they just released,
mhm,
where it's got all the Jaegers lined up against one of the Kaiju. That would be really
mhm.
cool to see that replicated with your guys' characters.
Yeah,
I'll send
yeah.
it to you so you can see what I'm talking
Um,
about. It doesn't have
yeah,
any
and
spoilers in it, so it's all good.
okay. And I just sent you one of the. I sent you both images on Facebook
All right.
of our first T-shirt art and Matt and Chris's second collaborative art. So yeah, yeah, I do agree with that idea. In fact, another T-shirt design we have in the near future, in the further along the line, is a collaboration between me and Matt Denian, where Matt Denian he is bringing his robot Steel Samurai from his most popular book Atomic Rex, which is kind of like a post-apocalyptic take on Pacific Rim, where it's like, what if that final battle from Pacific Rim, the first movie, went totally south? And so you got this like Mad Max sort of style setting where giant monsters have taken over the world. Kind of like imagine Planet of the Monsters, except you got exactly what you were hoping for.
I did get what I was hoping for. I know everyone else didn't.
Let's see. So
Uh,
yeah, we're having a T-shirt with Steel Samurai and Draco Azul teaming up against an unseen foe. So it's less of a versus a versus crossover, more of a team up crossover. So maybe we could like incorporate those like Zilla Pac Rim Kaiju hybrid designs in there, just like as a generic creature to have our characters fight against. Maybe those can be the cancer monsters, you know?
yeah.
So let's see. And yeah, it reminded me of the what were they called? The trilobites or the trilopods from
Those were
Godzilla
pretty
vs.
cool
Earth.
too.
Yeah, yeah, it was a
I was a
great.
fan of
Those were
those
like
guys.
yeah, yeah, those were a great set of like disposable henchmen monsters that you can easily have. The more popular monsters, fight and actually kill because according to Toho's rules, you can't have any kaiju kill each other
Is
in
that a
the
real
American
thing that they
Godzilla.
have?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's one of the things that Chris Mowry told us when the SOS and I interviewed him on Zazabar's channel, where like years ago when Rulers of Earth was still an ongoing series, where they were given a specific set of, where Toho was given gave IDW a specific set of rules as to how to treat their monsters, which is like you can't make up any new powers. Everything you see there has to be from the movies. You can't do any crossovers with other IDW properties, and you can't have the monsters kill each other
Why not? That's so stupid. I don't know.
because they want to protect their intellectual property and they want their characters to be seen in a good light. I don't know, man.
They do some silly stuff sometimes, but that doesn't make any sense that you can't have them cross over. I guess it does, but no, because if you've heard the rumors, there's a whole bunch of
Mhm,
Toho kaiju appearing in Ready Player One, with Gamera
mhm.
too. So it's like,
Oh shit, son.
I don't know.
But then again, if you think about it, if you remember the game City Shrouded in Shadow, I'm
That
not sure
yeah,
if
I
you've
was
ever.
that's true.
Yeah, it's like none of the characters ever interact with each other like outside of their respective series.
Yeah. Hey, maybe it's a sign. We got City Shrouded in Shadow with both Godzilla and
Gamera.
Gamera. Now we got Ready Player One that supposedly has both of them. Maybe that's them telling us something, but probably not. So don't read into it.
Or maybe it's like a
But
Mickey Mouse, what do you call it, a Mickey Mouse Bugs Bunny thing, where it's like, the agreement between Warner Brothers and Disney was within the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit, they were both supposed to have the exact same amount of screen time right to the last like millisecond.
really, that's interesting.
Yeah, yeah. So let's see. Right now, the your fans should be seeing two of Christopher Martinez's artwork. The first one is our first T-shirt design, which is of Dorogon fighting Atomic Rex, and the second one is Chimera fighting Triceras. Triceras is from the Dorogon books comic, and Chimera is from the first novel that Matt Denian wrote before he wrote Atomic Rex. And if you're wondering what the hell Chimera is, much like the original Greek mythological monster, this chimera is a combination of three monsters, that being a whale, a gorilla, and a lion.
Nice. You know what I'm excited to see on that Destroy All Monsters shirt is the Denny Roth kaiju.
Oh, Crystar. Yeah, yeah.
It's so colorful. That'll be really cool to see on there.
Oh, yeah,
Such
yeah.
it's pretty unique too.
Yeah, yeah. Denny has always been like a fantastic artist when it comes to like color. He does have something that's he's always into that. A lot of his art is very like anime influenced, so it does have a lot of that bright colorfulness from that sort of media. I'm gonna see if I can find that image of Crystar right here. Let's see. Sorry if you hear the sound of the keyboard typing, fellas.
Yeah, every time you type, it makes me nervous because it's very loud in my bass, and I don't want my like mom to run in and smack me in the face or something.
Assume the worst.
Yeah, just gonna come beat me a little bit.
So you're trying to look forward. Let's see. I'm on his channel right now, just looking through. Ah, found it. So I'll send you the link via Facebook.
All right.
Copy and paste. And I'll send add it on the link. Add the link on the chat right now.
Sweet.
Yep. And I know there's like a little delay between when people hear our voices, when we talk, and when people hear our voices. So they're probably going to get this link with no context whatsoever.
Yeah, that's usually what happens.
Oh, let's see. Ooh, looks like I may have screwed up something. I'll copy and paste again.
Link worked for me.
Okay. There we go. Posted it a second time.
For those of you guys still talking about the stop motion stuff, yeah, I do have stop motion videos on the channel that you can go check out. So.
Okay, thank you. Looks like you shared it. Let's see if this one works here.
No, that one didn't work either.
No, it didn't work. That's very strange.
Yeah. It worked on Facebook.
Let's see, I'll just say D-Man will share the art.
All right.
If you want to like say, copy, save, and then, post as a PNG.
Yeah.
But yeah, Crystar, this was a character that had some popularity. Some people actually try to vote it into that Kaiju Combat or Colossal Kaiju Combat game back when that used to be a thing. However, Denny, he really didn't like how the project was being handled, so he didn't allow Crystar to be involved in the game when it was successfully voted by the fans to be in the game. So I'd say he dodged a bullet right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if anyone doesn't know, the whole entire process, the whole entire like development for Kaiju versus Colossal Kaiju Combat, that was just an enormous shit show. And like the more I dig into it, like the more I start to view Simon Strange as like this incompetent developer. But again, that's not what we're here to discuss.
SH Monster Arts Kiryu. Yeah, I've seen it. It's really cool. So I don't know. That's all I really have to say about that. I'm excited for the Godzilla 2002 SHMA, so I'll be picking both of them up so they can go together. So just nice. For those of you wondering, and then apparently we also need an articulated figure of me. So that would, that would be something. I don't want to know what you do with that figure. So you can keep that info to yourself, but I appreciate the request. Okay, so I have a request to share some art from D180223. So I will share that art for you guys.
See, what is that art?
It's pretty popular. I've seen it around. I've seen lots of people posting it. It's just
Very
like,
good. The link doesn't work for me, so I guess you'll have to show me yourself.
yeah, I've seen it on Toku Legion a couple times.
Oh,
So
okay. I see. Godzilla 154 says, "I would recreate your videos in stop motion." So I guess he makes like a stop. He does a robot chicken and just makes a stop motion D-man and has him like talking in front of a camera.
how fun that would be to watch. All right, it's a picture of a whole bunch of the Godzillas driving motorcycles next to each other.
Oh, I saw that. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
with like, yeah, I think it's kind of cute how they put Shin Godzilla in like a what do you call that? That like sidecar.
I didn't
Because
even
he's not
notice
his
that.
hands aren't
I just realized.
his hands aren't actually on the standing steering
I
wheels.
noticed that his hands weren't attached to anything. I didn't notice he was
Yeah.
on a sidecar until you just mentioned it. That's pretty funny.
Hmm.
I got no, it's fine, man. I got the link. Someone's glad they repainted the Kiryu. I am too. I know a lot of people were upset because it's like their third time redoing that figure, but hey, they do it more and more so that people can get their hands on it, and I'm glad because now I can get my hands on it. So there you go.
Yep.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to say?
Let's see. Oh, I do like the katakana they put on there, very JoJo-esque, which manga artists put on there whenever to increase like the intensity of the atmosphere. So if you ever see a do 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 or a go 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 go, that means like, oh, shit's gotten serious now.
I thought it was just supposed to be the motorcycle sound effect.
No, 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 no. That's just a mood piece for the art itself. It's
Interesting.
very weird. You get used to it once you've seen enough JoJo. In fact, there's going to be someone out there who's going to say, "Is that a JoJo reference?" Because there's so many like the JoJo fan base is so crazy with references that even like the idea of claiming that it's a JoJo reference has itself become a meme. It's really crazy.
Jeez.
And of course, someone has already made a JoJo reference right now with ora 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 ora,
Yeah, no,
which
I
is the
wouldn't. I
sound
wouldn't have gotten that one either.
which is to give some context, that's the sound that a character makes when he's punching the fuck out of his enemies.
Nice. All right, guys. So go buy a T-shirt.
Por favor.
I'll drop the link again. If you don't buy a T-shirt, I'm gonna quit making videos and delete my channel.
Well, that escalated things very quickly.
Yeah. If you
It's an ultimatum.
it's either you buy a T-shirt or the channel dies. Which one do you want? Yeah.
So, yeah, it looks like there are no more questions for Kaiju versus Cancer. I've pretty much gone over everything we have so far. Talked about all the characters, talked about like future upcoming art. So yeah, I feel like you're free to take the reins, man, and do what you want to do here.
All right. So you guys, we can have that Pacific Rim discussion you guys are all dying for. So there you go. It's been a I accidentally said in the description we can talk about Pacific Rim at 11, but you know what, we accidentally went 30 minutes or 11:30, but we went 30 minutes over. That's fine. It's because now we have the genius idea of putting a bunch of kaiju in lab coats, having them save the world and stop bullying. There's literally no better possibility that could have come out of that 30 minutes.
Yeah,
so there you go.
Man. Thank you very much for the brainstorming there.
Yeah.
Definitely credit you when things come up. Now we just got to find an artist who's willing to draw all that.
Yeah, that'll be a big task.
Yeah, it's gonna be like that guy from what was it, Godzilla vs. Gigan? I think it stinks. you come up to an artist is like, hey, what do you think of this? It's like, it's terrible. Get out of my office. Well, how'd you even broke in here?
Yeah. No, they were pretty in Godzilla vs. Gigan. Anyways, they were pretty calm when he broke into their office.
Yeah. And again, these aliens, they're not so keen on showing emotions.
I guess I'm just saying, I've dealt with worse responses for doing much less than breaking into someone's office while they were scheming to destroy the world. So maybe if the world was all like evil cockroach people wanting to kill everybody, maybe there'd be a lot less hostility.
Maybe, D-Man. Maybe.
Some words of advice. Always treat each other like you're a evil cockroach person.
Because that's how the world works, apparently.
Yes. And also, you can't stop cancer with fighting. I forgot what the tagline was, but something like that, right?
Oh, because giant monsters can beat anything, even cancer.
Right.
Okay. So I guess if you are ready for the Pacific Rim discussion, I guess my presence here is no longer needed since I really don't want to be spoiled by the movie.
Yeah, there's definitely that's the best thing I can say. Stay away from everything related to this movie because it's either they showed it in the trailers or it's something so unpredictable that you kind of got to see it and come to terms with it. So.
Right, because like every film critic that I followed, and yes, I do follow film critics, not because I listen to every word they say, but because I'm interested in hearing their opinions. And pretty much universally, everyone has been talking about what was the character's name? Newt.
Right.
Everyone has been like complaining about, saying that what they did to his character was unfunny, it was cringeworthy, or it was hilarious for all the wrong reasons. So I'm like, I really want to know what the deal is.
I wouldn't.
Even you mentioned it in your review. It's like, okay, now I gotta know what the fuck did they do to this character.
I wouldn't describe it. All right, I wouldn't describe it as that as cringeworthy. I would say the idea for what they do isn't a bad idea. It's definitely not the direction I would have recommended going in, and I think it's fairly stupid that they decided to go that way. But it could have been done right if they executed it differently because they turned it into a joke and it doesn't work. That's the best way I can put it without spoiling anything.
Okay. It's really interesting looking at the reaction from both fans and critics who are fans of the first movie, how their reaction has been to Pacific Rim Uprising. I was honestly surprised by this because I really genuinely thought that they had the right amount of talent on board to make a movie that was good enough to be a successful successor to Guillermo del Toro's
no way
reviews. But
There's no way.
Right. That seems to be the case, that this is turning out to be a disappointment.
It's not fun. That's the thing. It's but I struggle so much with it because it's almost like I went into the movie not willing to let myself enjoy it. And the more time passes, I think the more I enjoy it because I really have accepted that it's just not Pacific Rim's successor. It's not.
And that's the thing. I was surprised by how negative you were to the movie. I'm not saying that you were totally negative. I'm just saying I'm surprised you were negative to begin with, given how more I'm
usually always positive, right? I always try.
Yeah. You give more leeway, and that's perfectly fine. I'm not berating you or anything. I'm just saying, like, you're the kind of person who tends to be more easy on movies that have been given somewhat critical reputations. Like Planet of the Monsters, for example,
or Shin Godzilla,
yeah, that has.
Or even Kong Skull Island.
Godzilla 2014. You tend to be like the guy who's like, hey man, it's not as bad as what people say. And then to hear you, be as negative, as disappointed as you were with this movie, I was very surprised. And it's kind of putting this whole thing in perspective, that it turns out that this was not the movie we were hoping it to be. It's like,
it's exactly the movie that I thought it was gonna be, though. It's not the movie that I was hoping for, but it's exactly what I expected. Once you see the trailer, you know what you're in for, right? Like I said, best thing is War Ready Song doesn't play. War Ready Song's not in the movie at all, so you're safe from that.
To be honest, I was never bothered by that, but that's just me.
I was. I couldn't take it.
Let's see. But, I was... that's the thing, you know. With sure, you can say the first movie was just a nothing but action, but sure, it was nothing but action, but it had, you know, people
It
have been
has
saying
heart.
it's got heart, it has love, it's like everything else around the action was competent, but
Right.
from what I've been hearing from all these reviews, it's like the action's good, but nothing else works around that action,
The thing with it is,
and it feels
all
like a
of the,
soulless
all
cash
of,
grab sequel.
all, I wouldn't say it's that. Like, I think the best way I can describe it is just like how I said in my video. It literally is the Showa era in comparison with the Heisei era. It's just that kind of goofy, laid back, nonsensical movie. And it just, the fact that it's a sequel to a much more Heisei era type film is really what throws it off. Because I think it, like Rampage. Rampage is on its own. It's not a sequel to anything, and a lot of people are like, you know what? I can live with this. It looks like a goofy, fun movie with, you know, maybe some trash characters, but it's gonna be a funny movie. It's gonna be fun, and people are okay with it because it's not the sequel to a more serious, more heartfelt movie. That's what I think the problem is.
Here's the thing. I think I may have, again, just basing it off reviews, maybe this is a better comparison. What if Godzilla, what if like Pacific Rim was to early Ishiro Honda
Yeah.
era Showa movies, and this movie is more of like the Jun Fukuda.
Yeah, that's a really
Showa
good
movies.
comparison too. I was gonna make that comparison, but then when I was really thinking about it, I was thinking like, yeah, some of those early Showa movies are pretty damn goofy too. You get Invasion of Astro Monster.
Yeah, but again, there's heart there. They did it they did it because they loved making those movies. Whereas the earlier movies, by then they already did Destroy All Monsters. That was their, you know, swan song. So now they're just doing it.
Now they're doing it because they can. Yeah, that's a really good way to say it.
In the 70s.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I figured. No, I think that's a really good comparison too.
Right. So yeah, I honestly didn't expect this turnout, and you know, I am gonna set my expectations low going into Pacific Rim. That might
help. That might help.
I'm just hoping for at least a good time, and from what you're saying, as a Godzilla fan, as a Kaiju fan, it seems like it is going to be a good time, and it looks like anybody who isn't.
And really you're a giant robot fan, so when there's giant robots throwing down, you have that to look forward to.
Yeah, I enjoy me some good giant robots. So
which
I can at least get that.
Yeah, I think.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I still think surprisingly some of my favorite stuff in the movie was the giant robots throwing down, because the monster stuff I've seen it before, but I guess for me I've never seen the robot stuff before, and I've definitely never seen it on this scale.
Okay then, yeah, and that's pretty much what I'm hoping for, because in terms of live action robots, you know, quote unquote live action, because it's all CG,
right?
The closest thing we ever had to giant live action robots was like Robot Jocks, and you know, that isn't exactly a good movie there.
Well, some would argue that this isn't either, so.
Yeah.
No, I think given more time, I might appreciate this movie more. And I've heard a lot of people kind of say that same kind of thing. Given more time, they could appreciate it more. So I guess we'll just have to see. I think even Jeremy Johns said that in his review.
Yeah. Well, it's really funny because both you and Jeremy Johns did the exact same thing, where both of you recently saw the first movie and still love it as much as you did back then. Or, you know,
oh my God! Just wait for my review of it. I almost want to re-record it, because it's literally just 30 minutes of me being like, if you think the first Pacific Rim is bad, you're wrong, because it's amazing.
You're wrong. All of you are wrong.
You're an idiot.
I am objectively right. My word is law.
No, I don't know. I love that first movie so much. I was so much fun watching it.
By the way, you should make a theory video saying that there's 2 Gypsy Dangers in the movie.
You know what? There's Gypsy Danger and Gypsy Avenger, so I wouldn't be that far off. I won't say the movie name. I'll just say in the Pacific Rim universe, right? Because then I'm not wrong.
Oh no. Then you should say there's 3 Gypsy Dangers now.
Oh, you're right. If they make a third one, there's gonna be. Okay, I'll think it. 4. I'll raise the bar.
Oh fuck.
One of them's gonna be 3 feet tall. It'll be a real mix-up. He won't fight Kaiju. He'll fight
Bank robbers.
He'll not because he's not big enough. He'll fight thefts from candy shops and from Walmart, like little kids who shoplift.
He's got a little. He's like what do you call? What was that weapon that Gypsy Danger and Avenger have, where their hand turns to like a electricity blaster?
I think it's just called like hand cannon. I don't know what it's called.
It's just the hand cannon is just like a taser.
Yeah, he just zaps them. They fall over.
Yeah. So there we go.
There's the official Pacific Rim 3 predictions.
There we go.
It's no longer about giant
up,
monsters.
Internet.
There's no giant monsters, and the big Jaegers are only seen in the background.
You know who's the real monster, D-Man? Man.
Yes, that's the tagline.
They fight the greatest monsters of all time. Us.
All right.
In order to fight monsters, which we have to create monsters, but then those monsters fought us, who are monsters. So we got to fight monsters to fight the monsters who are the monsters.
Oh my goodness.
All right then. So I'll be heading out then. Thank you very much.
Oh, this guy corrected us. It's called the plasma cannon.
Thank you very much, dude. Let's see. So again, thank you very much, D-Man, for bringing me on here. I'm very grateful for the opportunity you presented us. And thank you very much, everybody, for listening and for donating or who will be donating. Again, even if you can't buy a shirt or donate, you feel free to spread awareness of Kaiju versus Cancer if you want to help out children help out the unfortunate reality that is childhood cancer.
Right.
Thank you much, everybody. If you want to know more about Kaiju versus Cancer, you can check out the links below, which includes the custom ink campaign, the Facebook page, Christopher Martinez's GoFundMe campaign, because he's the person that all of this was made in honor of, and much, much more. So again, thank you very much, and I'll be heading out.
All right, see you, man.
Everybody.
Thanks for coming.
Take care, D-Man. You're welcome. Thanks for the invite.
All right, by the way, before you leave, I was thinking, like, anytime you guys have a new T-shirt out, I'll do another one of these live streams to like promote the new shirt. So you guys, you can definitely join me, and maybe next time we can have it work out to where my computer doesn't kill me and Matt Denian can join us.
Sounds excellent, man.
Right.
What's the phrase? I'll hold you up to it, or I'm always forgetting certain phrases at the last minute, but I'll make sure of that. So thank you very much, dude.
All right. See ya.
All right. Take care.
Okay. You too. All right, guys. All right. So he's gone. Now we can talk some Pacific Rim Uprising, because I know that's what you guys want to talk about. I kind of want to talk about it a lot too. I have not seen the movie a second time, so I will definitely not be giving my definitive thoughts on it yet. As I said when he was still here, my thoughts on the movie are constantly changing, and like as time goes on, I keep appreciating it. Sorry, Skype was just closing. I keep appreciating it a little more and a little more. So now I guess I'll change the title and I'll change everything to Pacific Rim Uprising spoiler discussion. And there you go. I'll add for charity in the title. So if you don't want to get Pacific Rim Uprising spoiled, I would recommend you might want to pop on out of here, because there's like not a lot I can talk about without spoiling it. So you have gotten your official spoiler warning. Because we're doing a stream transition here, I'm gonna go pop off. I'm not gonna stop the stream, but I'm going to go I'm gonna go get a drink of water, and so then you guys can be all ready for a fresh new stream kind of thing. So give me a second to go. I'm gonna put on my Pacific Rim 2 custom theme that I made. you can enjoy. It's got, I mixed in parts from the original Pacific Rim theme song. I mixed in parts from Pacific Rim Uprising's theme, and I mixed in my own stuff, so you can enjoy that. So see you guys to everyone leaving. See you Leatherface. See you D180223. I doubt Godzilla 154 is gonna leave because he likes to ruin movies for himself. So there you go. You guys can enjoy my custom theme for a minute while I go grab a drink of water, and then I'll be back in a second. So thank you guys for sticking with me this far. And then we can talk about some Pacific Rim Uprising. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Or sticking with me, I guess. The 8 of you who decided to be good friends and sit with me. Yeah, let's talk about Pacific Rim Uprising. So, is there anything you guys want to talk about? By the way, all donations will go to Kaijuverse Cancer, which includes Super Chat. So if you want to donate in the Super Chat, the donations will go to Kaijuverse Cancer. So there you go. Anything, literally anything you want to talk about Pacific Rim Uprising, I'm here to talk about. So, ask away. I don't know if you guys are like caught up yet and can hear me yet, but if you want to know anything, ask. I saw a lot of people. Someone says, I need to talk about something in the movie. Well, then ask. Hey, what's up, man? Parokokic. I always forget how to say your name. By the way, Parokokic. If you have been sending me messages, I have not been getting them. So I know you asked about a collab a little bit ago. If you're still willing to do that, I am too. I just to let you know, if you've tried to message me, I haven't gotten your messages, so I'm sorry about that. All right. Anything you guys want to talk about? All right. Okay. Good news. Good to know that I'm not just a jerk who didn't respond to any of your messages. Is it just me, or did anyone else feel bad for that Indian kid? No, it is just you. So this is something that I want to talk about in my spoiler-free review, but I couldn't because it's spoilers, right? This kid's death. I hated that kid so much. He is just such a horrible character, and maybe some people liked him, but I definitely didn't, and here's why. He's just annoying. He's a little memer. He wants to be funny. Both the pilots for Guardian Bravo are just trash characters. I couldn't stand either of them. I was very glad when he died. They mix in that stupid meme song at one point. I hated that. When they flip off the kaiju, I hated that. And really, they just added nothing to the movie. I'm very pleased with the fact that at least one of them died. If both of them died, I would have been happier. Do the fights look good? Yeah, the fights look great. I really enjoyed them. I actually really disliked Uprising. I understand why a lot of people dislike the movie. I personally liked it quite a bit, so I'm sorry to hear that you disliked it, but you know, I didn't love the movie, so I get it. There's a lot of problems with it. And really, my complaint about the young cast is for all the young cast. For the pilots of Saber Athena, we don't even meet them. We don't know anything about them. Are they the Asian ones? I don't remember. For the pilots of Bracer Phoenix, the only one we get to spend any time with is Amara, and that Russian girl who was also an annoying character, and she was very derivative of I think Chuck from Pacific Rim 1. He was very derivative of him, and their little feud that they had was very... I've seen it before. I've seen it in the first movie, and I saw it done better there. I didn't want to see it again. The young cast did nothing for me. Amara was alright. I liked Amara, but other than that, they were annoying. Can any kaiju beat Godzilla? Absolutely not. No, none of the kaiju can beat Godzilla. Not in the Pacific Rim universe, anyways. Can I just talk about the fact for a second that I spent $30, an insane amount of money, for a toy. I spent like $30 on a Titan Redeemer figure, and I figured it's because he came with the most accessories, but he came with the least amount of accessories. So I was really confused, and then I was like, maybe the plastic costs a lot of money. So I was okay with it. I was like, I guess I don't know the production of the figures, so maybe it's the way he was produced is a little more cost. Maybe it costs a little bit more money, so I can't necessarily knock him for making me spend way more than I realistically should on a figure. And then I watched the goddamn movie, and Titan Redeemer gets killed before even activating. Can you explain to me why the figure was so much more expensive than the other figures. Because, by the way, I only spent 25 bucks on the other two. $5 more for the Jaeger that doesn't work. In the movie, he walks out of a hangar bay, gets his legs blown off, and then gets his head stepped on before he can do literally anything. I think he shoots down one Kaiju Jaeger hybrid when he's knocked over. Are you kidding me? Why would they even make him a toy at that point? Just make the Bracer Phoenix toy. That's so stupid. And he doesn't turn back on. I thought that they were going to repair him and that we were going to see him get destroyed in the final fight as well. But no, he doesn't even get activated. He doesn't, like, they don't do anything with him. I'm very annoyed with the handling of the Titan Redeemer. Is the CG good? Yeah, CG's great. I actually thought it was going to be trash, but no, it's surprisingly good. All the figures cost $30 there imports. Well, not that the Toys R Us I went to. That's not the case. Thank you for giving some of my comments a like. You're welcome. I like the comments that I like. Titan Redeemer kind of got activated. You know, you have to say kind of, because even he got blown up before he could do anything cool. Have you found out what the winner in the giveaway? Yeah, I know all of the winners in the giveaway. I've recorded the video of me doing the live reveal of them, where I put them into I put the names into the random generator, and then I gave it a good old spin, and it generated some winners. Sad to say that some of you guys in this chat, in fact, all of you guys in this chat, I don't think any of you guys won, so my apologies. I will get that video out to you this week. Avenger only costs $20. Yeah, that's the thing. Gypsy Avenger, the one that comes with the most accessories, costs the least amount of money, and it's the best figure. So that's surprising. They also put the most amount of detail into him, which is, I don't understand why he'd be the cheapest, because he's by far the best figure. They still don't hold a candle to the NECA figures from Pacific Rim. Those were some amazing figures. Sorry for the spoilers. I guess. It's a spoiler live stream, so you should have known. Is slow mode still on? No, it's not still on. You guys just are kind of sleepy and not commenting a lot. I understand. It's kind of late. It's it'll be 12 here in a little bit, so you know what? I don't blame you guys for not watching. I bet you if so just so you know, by the way, I was going to start this live stream at 7 o'clock, and I couldn't because, first of all, Skype just wouldn't work. And I was getting frustrated. Skype never, ever works for me the first time I try it out. I need to find a different way of recording with people, but and definitely not Google Hangouts because I hate Google Hangouts. But Skype didn't work, so I was annoyed, but it wasn't the end of the world. I uninstalled it, and then I reinstalled it, and then it still didn't work, and I was getting mad. I was like, whatever. So I restarted my computer, which should have been a red flag, because every time in the past that I have ever restarted my computer from late 2016 on has killed my computer, made it crash. I've had to go in and manually reset it. And I did it this time without even thinking about it, and sure enough, my computer crashed. Luckily, I didn't have to manually reset this one. I just had to, bang on it a couple times, and it worked. But I got my computer up and running, and then the internet in my house went down. Comcast couldn't connect to them, lost all internet access, lost all cable for a little bit. Very annoyed. Finally got everything back up and running, had to re-download Skype for some odd reason, and then we finally started the stream. So I started like 2 hours later than I wanted to, which is why we started so late. My apologies. I don't get why critics are hating on Pacific Rim Uprising. Critics are hating on Pacific Rim Uprising just because it's just a monster movie. It's a cheesy B movie. They're not going to love it. It's not made to be an Oscar bait kind of movie, so you can't, you really can't expect good reviews from critics for a movie like Pacific Rim Uprising or Godzilla or Kong Skull Island. It never, ever happens. Kong Skull Island and Godzilla 2014, I think, were kind of exceptions. But generally speaking, no. Monster movies never do well at the box office. Well, it's not that they don't do well at the box office. It's that they never do well in terms of ratings. People always bag on them. They always trash on them. They don't understand how people could like them. But you know what? We're here. We like them, and we understand. And that's just the way it goes. I think there's very few cases in history where critics have liked giant monster movies. Shin Godzilla is kind of amazing, the fact that Japanese critics viewed it as a masterpiece, because that never happens. Godzilla movies in general just don't do well, so it's not surprising that that extends to Pacific Rim Uprising. I don't think the first Pacific Rim did necessarily great either in terms of reviews. Which do you like more, the new or old Gypsy? So Gypsy Danger versus Gypsy Avenger, which one do I like more? Well, Gypsy Avenger can do cooler things. He has the gravity sling and the double blades on his hands, and he can generally do cooler things. And the design looks, I think, a little better than the Gypsy Danger one. So I think if you're just going to go based off the Jaeger alone, I do like Gypsy Avenger more. But Gypsy Danger is way cooler for me because of the pilots. I really enjoy the pilots. I love Mako and I love Raleigh. So, and plus it's from the first movie, which was, in my opinion, a far superior movie. So I think Gypsy Danger holds a much more special place in my heart. But Gypsy Avenger is really cool too. Even though Gypsy Avenger kind of gets the crap kicked out of him way more than Gypsy Danger did. Although, rewatching Pacific Rim as many times as I have within the past few days, which has been multiple times, many more than I should have, Gypsy Danger does get the crap kicked out of him too. In the start of the movie, he loses an arm, gets beat up by Knifehead. By the end of by the Otachi Leatherback battle, he gets the crap kicked out of him too for a little while. And then by the end of the movie, he immediately loses an arm again. So Gypsy Danger gets beat up quite a bit. Next comment. At least we know Bracer Phoenix got the Wrecking Ball arm. Yeah, well, if we had just started out with Bracer Phoenix with the Wrecking Ball arm, first of all, the toy would have come with it, which would have been much better because then you could use it more movie accurate, because Bracer Phoenix doesn't actually turn on without the Wrecking Ball arm. The only time we see him in action's with it. And second of all, there's no point in having Titan Redeemer there. He doesn't serve a purpose to the plot, and you could easily just give Bracer Phoenix the Wrecking Ball arm right away, and you would have avoided all of that. Derek, you need a new computer, or at least to replace some of the parts to make it run better. Definitely true. That's, you know what? I think over summer I might build a new computer, because I built the one that I'm using currently, and I think I need to build a new one. Any news on Shin Godzilla 2? So Toho recently came out. They said they have plans for Godzilla after 2020. We know that Toho can no longer make Godzilla movies because Legendary has the exclusive film rights currently, and Legendary only has the rights until 2020. So once 2020 is gone, Legendary will no longer be able to make Godzilla movies. They'll be able to make movies with the characters that they still own, such as Kong, assuming that the Universal agreements stay the way they are, and they will be able to more than likely make movies with Rodan, Ghidorah, but they're not going to because they don't have Godzilla. That's just going to be the way that it goes. Maybe we'll get a Mothra solo film. Doubt it, though. So, at the current moment, we know that Toho has big plans for Godzilla following 2020, which means that Legendary does not have any plans for Godzilla following 2020, or at least none that they can realize until Toho's done with their vision. Which, if I were an executive at Toho Studios, what I'd be doing right now is putting Godzilla movies into production, filming them, getting them all ready for once 2020 hits. You can just have Godzilla vs. Kong release, the rights transfer back to Toho, and you can immediately start firing out Godzilla videos or Godzilla movies. That's just what you can do. That's what I would do if I were in their position. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know. Which also means for everyone who's been speculating, saying, "Oh, have you heard the news? Ready Player One has all these supposed cameos in it. They're gonna join the MonsterVerse." No, they're not. They're not gonna join the MonsterVerse, and I'll tell you why. Godzilla's out of the MonsterVerse in 2020, so there's no point throwing Mechagodzilla into a universe without Godzilla. What's he gonna do? Mechagodzilla vs. Kong? That's a stupid movie. Just keep it Godzilla vs. Kong, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, and they don't have the rights to Godzilla anymore. So even if Legendary has the rights to Mechagodzilla. He can't show up in the MonsterVerse because they already have the movies planned. To everyone saying like, oh, let's throw Anguirus into the MonsterVerse, let's throw all these characters in. It can't happen, you guys, because Godzilla's out. He only has 2 movies up, and that's all he has until the rights go back to Legendary. More than likely, I would assume, far after they transfer back to Toho. So I'm just saying, you got to think about it logically. You can't throw 1,000 monsters into Godzilla vs. Kong and still have it be Godzilla vs. Kong. You can't do that. So I would say keep those monsters out. There you go. And Gamera, he could have his own solo film, but at that point we know he can't fight Godzilla again until well after 2020. So I guess it'd be cool to set it up early, but I don't know. And Gamera, I also don't know, because you could just buy the rights to say, hey, can we have 5 seconds of screen time with them in Ready Player One? Thanks. So that's just what I'd say, is don't get your hopes up for any of these monsters joining the MonsterVerse. It's just not going to happen. There you go. So that covers Ready Player One too, which is another thing you guys have been wanting me to talk about. When the CGI... wait, hold on one sec. Let me get my bearings here. Which CGI you thought was the best? Godzilla 2014, Kong Skull Island, or Pacific Rim 1? Interesting question. Can't really judge Godzilla 2014 because Godzilla's never in the sunlight, and he's never well lit, so you really don't get to see the CGI showcase too well. That being said, the visual effects that you really get to see in that movie are fairly amazing. There's nothing wrong with those visual effects, so they're spectacular. Kong Skull Island makes great use of Kong. You get to see all the characters all the time, all the monsters in daylight, so that movie is more impressive from that aspect. Also, hair is harder to animate than scales, so Kong Skull Island has, I'd say, has an advantage in that respect. And Pacific Rim 1, you're dealing with giant robots and monsters and lots of water all the time, so the environments and everything work to give it a much more intricate level of detail needed. So I'd say that I don't really know which one has the best CGI, because I don't think any of them have bad CGI at all. And at that point, it's really very technical over which one would have the best, and I'm not well informed enough to make that decision. But I enjoy watching Kong Skull Island's the best because it's in broad, bright daylight all the time. Someone says, acting good? Yeah, the acting in Pacific Rim Uprising is good, and I'd say that even goes for the characters that I hated. Rodan versus Otachi. Well, Otachi can go from land-based to sea-based and to air-based, so he's really got a full range of motion, where Rodan can only go in the air, and when he fights on land, he can't really do much, so I'm going to actually give that fight to Otachi. Plus, Otachi's bigger than most of your Rodans, so there you go. Godzilla 154 says the chat's pretty slow, and then he's followed up with Lewis Alexander saying, well, there's only 18 people watching. So, true. Which is, I guess, an indication that maybe I should just stop streaming? I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm going to stop, because I'm tired. And I got things I want to do tomorrow. I got homework, and I've got videos to make. Videos for you guys. So, with that being said, and with Cosmic with Cosmic Red saying he enjoys my videos, and me thanking him right here, that's going to be it for the stream, guys. I'm going to give you guys the link to Kaiju vs. Cancer's t-shirt one more time. Definitely go check it out. Buy it. Donate to it. Chris Martinez's his GoFundMe. You can go fund him. He is fighting cancer, and you can help pay his medical bills. All your information for Kaiju vs. Cancer is in the chat, or not the chat, the description. And you know, I got overall $5 in super chat donations, so I will be donating $5 minimum to Kaiju vs. Cancer, which is on top of the money that I've already donated. I've donated $100 to Chris Martinez, and I donated like $100 to Kaiju vs. Cancer as well. So it's not like I haven't donated anything. I've already spent $200 on the charity kind of thing. So, you know, it's not to say that I'm paid off and I never have to donate again, but just saying, like, for now, until I can maybe get my money back from videos, I'm not going to donate any of my own cash again until I can have the funds too. So I really appreciate the $5 super chat. Thank you guys, Godzilla154 and Netrical 041. I appreciate it. I'm going to bed. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Go check out Andres Perez, aka Kaiju Noir, on YouTube. See you guys next time. The next video I post will either be the Pacific Rim 2013 Godzilla-thon style review, or my Pacific Rim explained for the things that they did with our good boy Dr. Newton. See you guys later. D-Man out.